I'm starting the ninth part of what is intelligence, and the most important factor here, what I'm considering, is understanding. We'll try to understand what is understanding. This is the most important component of intelligence. There are four major steps, as I've already told you in some of the things. As a recollection, once again, I'll just tell you it is observation first. That observation is followed by analysis. We have to analyze what we have observed. Then we have to understand. This is the important step that we are considering now. After understanding, we have to apply. This is the process of the intelligent action. See, there are different levels of understanding. Insects will understand it at a lower level, dog a little higher level, monkey little more higher level, and man will understand it at the highest level. We will see the process of understanding by a very simple example. Let us consider the summation of infinite terms of plus 1 4 plus 1 8 etc. And we know that mathematically it must be equal to 1 only. But we have to understand that, and I'll give a very simple example. Let us start with a big stick 1 unit, and now we will divide that into exactly two halves. So on the left hand side it is zero point 0.5, on the right hand side it is 0 0.5. That is extremely simple to understand. We'll keep the left hand side as it is and take the right hand side exactly into two halves. We know that on the right hand side it is 0.25, and now on the left hand side it is 0.5 plus 0.25, that is 0.75 on the left hand side and a 0.25 on the right hand side. Again we will do the same thing. Right hand side 0.25 will cut it into two equal parts, and that must be 0.125. Again that 0.125 to be added to 0.75. So left hand side becomes 0.875 and right hand side becomes 0.125. Logically now we can understand that the right hand side piece will become almost 0 when we continue the process, and consequently the left hand side piece must approach 1. Because we started with 1, it can't exceed 1. Because right hand side will become 0, it can't be less than 1. So now we know that we have understood. I have given a pictorial view for the understanding. From one side it looks as if it is a very big logic, difficult to understand. So that is done with a small animation like thing, and the same person will go to the other side and he will try to understand where the simple logical steps are there, not the big single step. So in this simple logical step he will be able to understand each step at once, and finally he will reach the top easily, whereas from the other direction he was unable to do. So this is what we call as understanding. So understanding is a process where we are going to make a big single logic into a smaller and smaller logics, so that almost every person can understand these smaller logics in steps to finally understand the big logic. So now we are having one important step in intelligence, that is understanding. The spider, when it is building its web, will not understand that it is having a sticky fluid. It can build a web, the insect will become a prey, etc. by some memory which is somehow genetically or whatever it is programmed into it from so many thousands of years. It is doing that activity, and therefore we will not fully attribute that as intelligence. So now we are having one simple thing, that among so many steps like sensing element, etc., 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 this thinking, analysis, and understanding is the very important step. If this is not there, we will not attribute it to intelligence. One of the very important point. So likewise, any other thing like a bee, etc., will not understand and do by almost its programmable logic or reflex action. It will be doing it, which appears like intelligence. So most people will therefore will not attribute intelligence to those activities of insects or animals. The second most important point is most of the so-called things which they are doing, animals and insects are doing, are for the survival. But what we are doing in addition to that is for so many diversified activities, like for example entertainment. We'll have football matches, so many sports, etc., which is not required for survival anyway, not the basic need. Still we are doing it, and that is for entertainment. Similarly, we are having TV for entertainment, etc. We are having certain things for increased comfort. Transportation system we have done. The animals are still using the same nature. They have not done any big system because they are doing everything for survival. We are doing so many things not just for survival but so many other activities. So this is one of the second most important parameter while judging the intelligence. So understanding and doing so many other activities together will consolidate some definition of intelligence. This is the ninth part of the series of what is called as what is intelligence. I'll be doing the last and final part, 10th part, and in that one I'll consider some more aspects and overall background of intelligence, looking at different parametric things and different angles. So after that it will be for discussion, because all these 10 topics which I am giving is just a big introduction of how people are defining intelligence, etc. So discussion is yet to come. So I want all of you to just think so that we can discuss after that 10th part. Thank you very much.